Now they're all in. They're off. And the first to break is Gallant. Indian Lore is well away there too. Monteverdi, not all that sprightly away, but near enough if good enough. And it's Indian Lore who's setting up the pace out on the outside. He's really running away out on the outside with Gallant right in behind them. Not far away is Current Charge. Monteverdi out there on the left. And absolutely running away in the lead is Indian Lore. He must be about 10 lengths in front. They're coming round now past the 6 furlong mark. Indian Lore and Galland, and after that Current Charge, Posse, Monteverdi out on the outside, and Johnny O'Day in along the inside. Now they have less than 5 furlongs to go, and Indian Lore is still up there. Skinflint isn't far behind. Huguenot coming through in the centre, Monteverdi on the outside, and out there too is Current Charge. Nicolai in the centre, over on the far side, Last Fandango. Now, as they come towards the 3 furlong marker, Indian Lore is still in the lead out on this near side, with Monteverdi improving, and also Current Charge over on the far side, Last Fandango. Nicolai over there on the far side too, and Johnny O'Day, and in the centre is Huguenot and Posse coming through, and also, well, there is Final Straw beginning to make a move in along the inside as they race now to the final furlong and a half. It's Nicolai, Final Straw on the far side, Last Fandango, Posse out in the centre, Monteverdi over on the near side, and as they race inside the final furlong, it's Posse on the near side. Over on the far side is Final Straw and Nicolai, and in the centre is Last Fandango, and as they go down to the post, it's a close thing. Nicolai has won it. Nicolai, I would say, has won. In second place, Last Fandango, Final Straw, then Posse, Monteverdi, Gallant, Johnny O'Day, Huguenot, Current Charge, Winds of Winter, Swan Rock, and back then to Skinflint.
And still Maceo and Cash Asmussen leading from New Jar in second. Then comes Cadudel, the Ockar winner on the inside. Rail Shaddai is next with Quadrigras, a cert then just in behind him. And then comes Alfred's Choice. They've passed the Chateau now, they're racing towards the home straight, and as they do so, it's still Maceo in the lead from New Jar. Rail Shaddai has gone third, a cert moving up on the outside into fourth to join Criterion. Cadudel holding his place on the inside, but as they race towards the 2 furlong pole, it's New Jar from Rail Shaddai, a cert coming there strongly now towards the stand side. It's Rail Shaddai in the lead now from a cert for Ireland. Then comes Noble Bloom and Quadrigras. They're racing down towards the furlong pole. Rail Shaddai being pressed by a cert. Quadrigras coming there strongly, and so's Noble Bloom. It's a cert who struck the front now as they enter the closing stages. A cert being pressed by Noble Bloom. But it's Christy Roche going to be the first winner for Ireland of the French Derby. The first is striding clear. The winner is tremendous style. The third has won the French Derby. Rail Shaddai is second, and Quadrigras is third, just ahead of Alfred's Choice 4. They're the 1, 2, 3, 4. A third, Rail Shaddai, Quadrigras, and Alfred's Choice. And so for the first time in French history, an Anglo-Irish challenge has succeeded, and Assert becomes the first horse from the British Isles ever to win the Prix du Jockey Club. Under a fine ride by Christy Roche, the result of the French Derby. First, number 10, Assert, owned by Mr. Robert Sangster, trained by David O'Brien and written by Christy Roche. Second, number 14, Rail Shaddai, owned by Mr. Zenio. See it on BBC Two if you're not staying with us to see the jump off in the Sweeps Derby, and they're running here. They're running with Bruckner in the lead. Raconteur going to take it off him now. Assert in third place. Then comes Grateful Air, whose rider's lost his cap already. Behind them comes Silverhawk in the back mark. At the moment is Fabuloso, and Raconteur has gone to the front. Raconteur from his stable companion Assert, who's taken a very strong hold. Bruckner is in third, then comes Grateful Air, and then Silverhawk with Patcher on his outside. Behind Patcher is Royal Rendezvous, then Fabuloso and Condell. And they're running down now towards the 9 furlong pole, and as they do so, it's Raconteur and Wallace Winburn, who's on his back for the first time in his life, leading by about 4 lengths from Assert. Then on the inside comes Bruckner. On the outside of Bruckner, Silverhawk making good progress. Then comes Grateful Air. Behind Grateful Air is Patcher. The back marker is Condell with Remanded and Fabuloso, and still Raconteur taking him along as they come towards the 7th furlong pole in the Irish Sweeps Derby. It's Raconteur in the lead from Assert in second. Silverhawk is next, and then comes Bruckner. Behind Bruckner is Condell. Behind Condell, Grateful Air, and then just in behind them comes Patcher. Royal Rendezvous on the inside. Racing towards the 6 furlong pole, and still Raconteur in the lead. From in second place, the odds-on favourite Assert. Then comes Silverhawk for England, and then Bruckner. Then Condell towards the outside. Fabuloso is making a little bit of progress. Noble is getting closer to them too, but they're racing towards the home turn with just over half a mile to run, and it's Raconteur being pressed by his stable companion Assert, who's come up on his inside now. Wallace Whitman eased up. Then Christy Roche through on the inner, and it's Assert now who struck the front with 3 furlongs to run. From Raconteur in second. Then comes Silverhawk, and then Bruckner, and then Condell, and then Fabuloso. Coming down towards the 2 furlong pole. Assert has stormed well clear now at the 2 furlong pole from Raconteur and Silverhawk, and then comes Bruckner, and then Condell, and then Fabuloso. And it's Assert striding away to win this all on his own. Except that Silverhawk is now coming to try and put in a challenge, but he's past the furlong pole. Christy Roche has looked over his left shoulder. There's no conceivable danger to Assert now as he strides up towards the line. Silverhawk is going to be second and Patcher third, and as they come to the line, Assert wins it in a positive canter. Silverhawk is second, third is Patcher, 4 Fabuloso, 5 Condell, 6, 7, 8 and 9, where Raconteur remanded Bruckner. Royal Rendezvous.
If El Gran Senor wins at today's values, he'll be worth 12 times his weight in gold. We're going to watch pure gold minted. They're under orders, and they're away. Northern Fred on the inside, breaks in the very early stages, is up on the outside, Cataldi, and also up with the Matalac, and at this stage, the favourite, El Gran Senor, is in the mid-division. So they settle down, and it's now Cataldi who goes on. Cataldi from Matalac, then Sassanoko and Ilium, and on the near side comes Northern Fred, then Claude Monet. The favourite settled well in the mid-division at this stage, towards the rear. Sheer Heights, Mighty Flutter, also towards the rear, Long Pond, K2 and My Volga Boatman. But as they run through the first furlong, it's Cataldi in the lead, from Attalak in second, then Sassanoko, Northern Fred, Ilium. Then on the outside comes Telios. Behind Telios is Claude Monet, and behind Claude Monet races El Gran Senor, and Lester Pickle and Alpha Beta with him. It's Cataldi, his pacemaker, who leads. Cataldi in the lead from, in second place, Attalak, then Northern Fred third. These are followed by, in fourth place, Telios, and behind Telios comes Sassanoko. Claude Monet makes ground on the outside of him. The favourite El Gran Senor is on the outside of the group. Alpha Beta is tracking him. They're coming towards the halfway stage, and it's Attalak on the outside of Cataldi, then Northern Fred and Telios and Claude Monet, and Panetterie cruising in behind them. Eligadaire makes ground on the outside. Attalak in the lead, and they're looking round there, and it looks as if K2's in distress, and it's Attalak in the lead. Attalak from, in second place, Northern Fred, then Telios, then comes Claude Monet, and behind Claude Monet is Ilium, then comes Eligadaire, then El Gran Senor, 5 furlongs to go. And it's Attalak in the lead from Telios in second, then Northern Fred third, Claude Monet fourth, El Gran Senor is in fifth place on the outside of Ilium. They begin the sweep round Chattenham Corner, and it's Attalak in the lead from Telios in second place, then Claude Monet third, El Gran Senor is in fourth place. These are followed by Eligadaire, just over 3 to go, and it's Attalak in the lead. Attalak with Lester Pickett on the extreme left of the picture at about 9th place, 2.5 to go, and it's Attalak in the lead from Telios. Then on the outside comes Secreto making ground, but look at El Gran Senor, he's absolutely cruising. They've got 2.5 furlongs to go. Attalak 2 to go, 1.5 to go. Panetterie's looking round for dangers. Secreto on the outside is his danger. The rest are like whirling dervishes. It's Panetterie sitting still, but he's after quicker now. It's El Gran Senor and Secreto inside the final furlong. El Gran Senor and Secreto. El Gran Senor and Secreto. Mighty Flutter going to be third. El Gran Senor and Secreto. It's a ding-dong battle in the line. El Gran Senor and Secreto at the line. It's Secreto from El Gran Senor. Then Mighty Flutter at Attalak, Alpha Beta. Then Telios and Lompond and K2, then Sheer Heights and Ilium and Pigwidgeon. Then came Eligadaire. Behind Eligadaire was Claude Monet, who didn't stay. My Volga Boatman, Sassanoko, Northern Fred. Then the back marker was Cataldi.
And here is a happy and a relieved man, Christy Roche. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
But you won it by a short head and then a long inquiry.
Yes, there was no doubt in it. Once we seen the film, I think Pat's horse got tired and came to me more than I went to him.
And when we looked at it, it did seem I was going to say 2 hurdles out, 2 furlongs out, that he was cantering a bit. He looked round at one stage, and you seemed to be working hard, and Pat was doing absolutely nothing. You must have just gritted your teeth and kept hoping then.
Yeah, the thoughts of him not staying just kept me going. I think if I was sure of him getting a mile and a half, I could have dropped my hands, couldn't I?
Well, he did exactly the right things. There was only a short head in it. We can look at the closing stages again, Christy. Well, we look at it from the turn. At Tallack out in front, and Pat going very smoothly. You behind him. Was your game plan to go where Pat went?
No, the one thing that myself and David spoke about this morning was to try and turn my horse off early. We thought he was unbeatable in the 2,000 guineas, and he ran no race to be beaten a length and a half. Most people would have been happy with beating a length and a half, but I was very, very disappointed with the horse beating a length and a half. We came today with the intentions of turning him off. It worked well, the pace suited it.
He'd been a bit hot in the stalls before the 2,000 guineas. Was he all right this time?
Yes, the stewards gave us permission to enter the stall second last, and the handlers were super. They looked after him well. Everything went well.
Well, here we are, 5 furlongs from home. As the pacemakers came back, a dangerous moment because they're like flotsam in the flow, Christy. You saw them coming.
I did, and my horse is very, very handy. You can put him anywhere. That didn't bother us. The hustle and bustle of epsom wasn't a problem. I was a bit worried about the mile and a half.
You weren't worried about the mile and a half?
I was.
You were worried as well?
More worried than Pat, in fact.
Really?
Yeah.
And so the gallop's on now, and it's going to be a long, hard slog because they've gone so fast. But Pat absolutely cantering behind Claude Monet, who Steve Corton said completely collapsed from there on. But yeah, I can see your shoulders going there, Christy. It's going to be hard work.
I'm working from there, yes. I was just kind of saving a little bit. When I seen Pat going so easy, I said, oh, it's gone. Look at this. He's taking his back now. Oh,
He looks at you.
He looks at me and says, well, how am I going to get beaten?
And he still hasn't moved.
Still hasn't moved.
I wonder, as you look at it now, whether Pat wishes that he hadn't moved at all, really, because he was going, once he does the
he had to move, because once I got my head, he couldn't let me put my head in front of him. Yeah.
But now it's desperate stuff. It's very close. Where are you going to get up?
For a horse only having his 4th run, he really was brave, wasn't he?
He's reaching for the line. You're not quite there yet. Did you think you were going to get onto the...
Just there I thought I'd win. That little bit of a rise in the ground, I was very happy to see that coming.
And people forget the sheer effort of flat racing sometimes, Christy. That must have been very hard work for you.
If the reward could be as good, who minds the work?
And Christy, do you think that if the race was run again and El Gran Senor was taken back a bit further, do you think he might come up and beat you? Or you take him on any time, any place, anywhere?
I'd always be afraid of him. He's a super horse. A mile and a quarter, he'd be unbeatable.
Now, tell us, David O'Brien trains across the valley from his father Vincent in Tipperary. How much have you seen El Gran Senor when you go out to work Secreto? Have they indeed worked together?
No, the only time I've ever seen him was the Guineas on television. I hadn't seen the horse before that. Yeah.
There's no question of the son and the father mixing the horses up to tee them together?
I often wish there was, but there's not. Maybe it's a good job, because we wouldn't be here today if we knew too much. Yeah.
Well, Christy Roche, many congratulations. It's a great triumph for yourself, a man who persevered, and you got the reward.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Christy Roche, and now to what is the other, but not today, the lesser O'Brien.
Catherine O'Brien became Mrs. O'Brien, wife of David, how many days ago?
About 11. Saturday week ago.
And how about this for a wedding present?
I couldn't think of anything nicer whatsoever.
But as you said, it's just reward for a very hard-working husband.
Nobody could work harder at what they do. Absolutely nobody. If you get up at 5 in the morning and you stay with your horses until 10 at night and you do everything yourself and you're so fastidious and watch and mind them so much, I think this is the result.
Because a lot of people might say, being an O'Brien, he had a head start to begin with. Is that right or not?
I think there are advantages in being an O'Brien and disadvantages. He has great owners to start off with, but on the other hand, he has to live up to what his father's done. Mm-hmm. And everything he's done himself, he's built his own gallops, he's built his own facilities. He employed all of his own lads. He did everything by himself in that respect, which requires quite a bit on his part.
It really is good. Listen, how big a part do you play in this? I mean, how interested are you in horses?
Well, in Australia, I was an accountant.
Yes.
I'm from Australia, and then I came over here, and we got married, and I help feed in the mornings. So I got to get out of bed too, and when Dave has owners, I try and help with them as much as I can. And then when he wants to talk about what to do with a horse or just someone to talk to, I'm always there.
Well, what about the celebrations tonight? Anything planned or not?
We're supposed to be leaving on a plane to go back because we've got racing in Ireland and he never misses a horse running it anywhere.
You're not going even for champagne or anything?
No, we've got to get back. We left here on Monday night, left Ireland on Monday night after racing and came straight here, and then we walked the track that evening and got up the next morning and came back here, walked the track, worked the horse, and then we've got to go back for more racing tonight.
It's hard work being a trader's wife.
No, not so.
But most enjoyable. Catherine O'Brien, congratulations on winning the Derby, and now let's have the SP.
First, number 20, Secreto, 14-1. Second, number 9, El Gran Senor, the 11-8 on favourite.
And across now to complete the first furlong, and Belle Havre has gone up on the inside to show in front. Father Matthew as well there, also prominent towards the outside is Conformist. Triptych is just off the leaders with Severin Boar. Don Justice towards the outside with Sun Valley, and then Cut Free as they race around towards the elbow with almost 6 furlongs to race, and Father Matthew over on the far side is the leader from Belle Havre and Triptych, and in behind these is Conformist with Celestial Bounty. They're followed by Sun Valley, then Irish River towards the outside leading Council with Don Justice as they race down now towards the halfway stage, and Father Matthew in the lead, followed in second by Triptych. Then towards the outside is Sun Valley, racing past the 3 furlong marker, and Father Matthew towards the far side. Up there Max Reef, and also prominent is Sun Valley. Just behind these Triptych, and they're followed by Dennett's, racing towards the 2 furlong marker now, and Sun Valley on the outside from Max Reef, and then Celestial Bounty and Triptych and Father Matthew. Then a gap to leading Council and Dennett's and Irish River and Don Justice, and then Main Reason. Inside the last quarter mile now, and Celestial Bounty coming there on the stand side of Triptych. Sun Valley in third. Back in fourth place is Max Reef, and they're followed by Dennett's. It's Triptych and Celestial Bounty as they race inside the final furlong. Triptych the leader in the early Coolmore Irish 2000 guineas from Celestial Bounty and Sun Valley. As they race up towards the finish, it's Triptych the leader. Triptych's going to win it, not the line. Triptych's the winner of the Irish guineas from Celestial Bounty and Sun Valley. They're followed home by Max Reef, and behind Max Reef comes Dennett's, and then leading Council and Main Reason, and then Rare Willow and Don Justice, and then Conformist and Irish River and Father Matthew. Convergence, Cut Free, Severin Boar, and the last to finish is Bell.
£1,070.
They're off.
Favorable 9, 2 Sharp Romance, 5 Michael Wiggum, 3 Hallgate, 7 Pat Edery, 4 Sizzling Melody, 8 Richard Hills, 5 Best Plan, 4 Tony Ayres, 6 Tenue de Soiree, drawn 6, written by Gary Moore, 7 Funraiser, 2 David Parnell, 8 Polonia, 3 Christy Roach, and number 9 La Grande Époque, drawn 1, are ridden by Yves Saint-Martin. The 9 runners have between them won 40 races and over £582,000 in winning prize money. Parading there under the trees, but before we go to see them, this is how they bet.
Ashdal, the 10-1 on favourite. Polonia 10-1 against. Hallgate 12-1. Tenue de Soiree at 15-1 and La Grande Époque on 20s. Sizzling Melody 22-1. Sharp Romance 36-1. Fundraiser a 42-1 chance, and Best Plan is the 62-1 outsider, all quoted for the Prix Labai.
That's it. When he's in, they're all in, out and running. And Ajdel breaks fast on the outside. Best Plan up with the pace. Polonia nearest to us is La Grande Époque with the yellow sleeves. And they run through the first furlong. And Best Plan in the red and yellow diamonds disputes it with Polonia in second. Ajdel, the red hot favourite, settled on the outside of Sizzling Melody. Then behind these Tenue de Soiree in the black cap. Hallgate's in the blue and white on the extreme right of the picture. But it's Polonia who leads now as they come down towards halfway. Polonia has the call over Best Plan, with Ajdel being ridden along on the outside. Walter Swinburne asking him to quicken, and he's not finding a lot. As Sizzling Melody starts to come through, also coming with a run is Funraiser. And the one that's well and truly turned off is Sharp Romance, but Polonia for Ireland leads as Ajdel beats a retreat and is beaten. La Grande Époque puts down a big challenge here, well inside the last half furlong, and La Grande Époque comes to take it up from Polonia, up towards the line. Polonia fights back, and Polonia draws ahead at the line. Polonia's going to win it. Polonia by 3 parts of length. Polonia, La Grande Époque, Tenue de Soiree, Hallgate 4, Funraiser 5, Best Plan 6, Ajdel a disappointing and amazing 7th, but beat Sizzling Melody, and the last horse to pass the post was Sharp Romance. And so the result, the shock outcome of this Prix de l'Abbé de Longchamp as a win for number 8, Polonia, trained in Ireland, ridden by Christy Roche, trained in Ireland by Jim Bolger and ridden by Christy Roche, who looked beaten with 2 furlongs to go, about to be swallowed up by La Grande Époque and Tellier de Soirée, the French challengers who vie for second place. But this is an amazing result. The big shock of the race, of course, is the incredibly disappointing run by the red-hot favourite, Agdal.
And the Paddy Mutual dividends to a £1 stake, win 730, places 310, 460 and 270. The Jumel, the forecast, paid 80.50, and the trio, the TriCast, 107.40 and 9 rounds.
Gold Seal Oaks, who makes the running? Fragrant Hill made a lot of the running when she won last year, but through the first furlong it's Jet Ski Lady that burst through to take it up. And it's Jet Ski Lady, but the pace doesn't look strong. Magnificent Star holds a good position up on the outside. Oshira taking a keen hold. Peplum racing through on the inside, and Fragrant Hill, the horse with the noseband nearest to us. And they're very tightly grouped indeed as they go through the first quarter mile. And at the rear of the field, Shadai is pulling very hard indeed. Striped cap Willie Carson at the back, but no more than 3 lengths off the leader as they race through the first quarter mile. Jet Ski Lady, remember this part of the track's all uphill. Jet Ski Lady with Magnificent Star showing there, or Shearer's with them, and through on the inside is Dartry and Peplum and Fragrant Hill, and Shadaid's bang there, and so too is Jaffa Line, and they're all very closely grouped indeed as they continue their journey through the first half mile. And it's Jet Ski Lady who's got the rail position now, and Jet Ski Lady the rail, Dartry on the outside, Magnificent Star, or Shearer's bang there, Peplum racing wide. Shadaid now more relaxed as they come to the highest point on the track, and this is 7 furlongs from home, and Jet Ski Lady the leader, Dartry with a white cap, Magnificent Star with a red cap, or Shearer dark green jacket, Shadaid's in behind a wall of horses, and Shamshir's bang there too, so too Jaffa Line, and they're halfway now, and it's still Jet Ski Lady leading from Dartry or Shearer on the outside, Peplum and Fragrant Hill, and Shadaid at the rear of the field just had to be checked there, and Shamshir's just a length in front of her, and so they come downhill past the 5 now, and it's Jet Ski Lady, and look at Willie Carson going through on the inside. He's got a tremendous run through the rail there, and Shadaid taking closer order, goes into 3rd on the home turn, but as they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner, and just over half a mile to go from here on in, Shadaid into unknown territory, but it's Jet Ski Lady who rails well. Fragrant Hill is the one that's dropped away. It's Jet Ski Lady the leader from Shadaid the grey, with Dartry the white cap on the outside, a gap of 3 lengths then to Jaffa Line, or Shearer looks beaten, so too Peplum, but with just over 2 to go, and it's Jet Ski Lady who's made all the running and quickened up 3 clear of Shadaid, and the stamina now is really starting to sap, but it's Jet Ski Lady from Shadaid. Jet Ski Lady clear by 4, Shadaid, Jaffa Line through on the inside, Dartry on the outer, Shamshir is finishing well for a place, just over a furlong to go, and Jet Ski Lady kicks on the ground she loves, she's clear by 6 to 8, and it's Jet Ski Lady and Christy Roche, and it's Jet Ski Lady who's going to take it. Shadaid second at best, Shamshir pressing for a place, but at the line it's Jet Ski Lady the winner, and Shamshir is second, Shadaid is 3rd, Jaffa Line, and then behind that one, Magnificent Star, a gap to Dartry, and behind Dartry or Shearer, and then Peplum, and dropping last away was last home was Fragrant Hill. The result then of this Gold Seal Oaks at 50 to 1, a steal for the Irish, with number 8 Jet Ski Lady in the colours of Maktoum Al Maktoum, certainly the least fancied of the Maktoum runners in this race, but all credit to them for running as many as they did, because this now means that the Maktoum family have won 6 out of the last 7 runnings of the Gold Seal Oaks. This one, however, a daughter of Vaguely Noble, bred in America at the Rye Hill Farm in the colours of Maktoum Al Maktoum, trained in Ireland by Jim Bolger and ridden by Christy Roche.
Northern Bluebird and St. Jovite, with on the near side El Prado. In between them is Shah's Dream, and just settling in behind them is Parisian Teddy, and as they tack over now towards the rail, it's Shah's Dream going along in front of St. Jovite. On the near side is El Prado, and they're being tracked by the other 2 runners, Parisian Teddy and Northern Bluebird. Running on now with a little over 4 to go, Shah's Dream, St. Jovite and El Prado, being tracked by Parisian Teddy and Northern Bluebird. Coming up now to the halfway stage, and 4 runners across the track. El Prado on the stand side of St. Jovite and Shah's Dream. Parisian Teddy, and they're being tracked by Northern Bluebird as they come towards the 2 now. El Prado and St. Jovite, little to choose between them. On the near side, Parisian Teddy, and Northern Bluebird just in behind them. And El Prado on the near side now, edging ahead of St. Jovite on the far side. And these two have gone on, and they're battling it out now. El Prado, St. Jovite battling back on the far side and running up towards the finish. St. Jovite on the far side from El Prado as they go to the line. St. Jovite beats El Prado, Parisian Teddy 3 and Northern Bluebird 4.
For Stephen Crane, Tony Cruz has arrived to ride in the St. Leger, and they're away and running with Tikfa well up there on the inside. Reported is also right up with the pace, and as they race towards the end of the first furlong, it's Tikfa on the inside, showing fractionally in front of Reported. They're over 2 in front of St. Jovite, and behind St. Jovite in 4th place is Command and Control. Mekong and Blackwater Pearl are next, and then at the back we have Inatiff and Judicial Field as they race up the hill towards the 6th furlong point and continue on their way. The lead still with Tikfa by half a length from Reported, over 3 to St. Jovite, 2 to Mekong, and then comes Command and Control, followed by Inatiff and Blackwater Pearl. Judicial Field brings up the rear as they begin the downhill run towards the straight with almost half a mile to cover, and on the inside it's Tikfa from Reported, then the favourite St. Jovite in 3rd, Mekong runs 4, Blackwater Pearl is next with on the inside Command and Control, and they're followed by Inatiff, and behind Inatiff is Judicial Field. They're into the straight now with almost 3 furlongs to cover, and Tikfa, Bruce Raymond on the rails from Reported, and Warren O'Connor in 2nd. A gap then to St. Jovite, Christy beginning to push that one along. Then Inatiff has made ground on the inside of Mekong, and they're followed down the straight by Blackwater Pearl, but it's Tikfa from Reported. St. Jovite launching his challenge now on the outside as they race towards the final furlong, and it's Tikfa on the near side is St. Jovite. Mekong is in 3rd, and then Reported, St. Jovite and Tikfa locked together inside the final furlong. Tikfa the far side, St. Jovite the near side. It's going to be close between them as they race up towards the line. St. Jovite on the stand side. St. Jovite quickens up at the end, wins it narrowly from Tikfa. Mekong is 3. A gap then to Inatiff, 4 Reported, 5, 6 Blackwater Pearl, 7 Judicial Field.
An announcement on that will follow, and it's Pollencant and Rodrigo de Triano just trails early on. Pollencant and Twist and Turn are the first 2 to show, with Al Flora up with a pace, and then just in behind these Al Nasser Al Washik. And now Leicester's got Rodrigo de Triano tucked in behind them, but the pace doesn't look to be that strong, and it's Pollencant sharing the running. Pollencant doing the work with Twist and Turn and Dr. Devious, and St. Jovite pressing there for 4, a line of 4. Then comes Great Palm with Rainbow Corner the rail in 6, followed by Alflora 7, and then Thorios followed by Ninja Dancer, and then comes Al Nasser Al Washik, and Assessor is dropping out to be last at this stage. Rodrigo de Triano in the spotted colours, spotted cap colours on the outside of the pack, and they go through the first half mile, and it's Twist and Turn the rail, Pollencant and Great Palm, a line of 3, Dr. Devious tidy in 4, and then comes St. Jovite 5 on the outside, Mutaram position 6, and then Al Nasser Al Washik, the yellow colours, wide in 7, Al Flora 8, Ninja Dancer and Thorios, and behind these comes Young Freeman, and Leicester going to ask a lot of Rodrigo to win from where he is. He's at the back of the pack with Labilio and well saddled, Assessor hard ridden, and Paradise Navy only the other ones behind, but Mr. Ice Cool has yet to ask his horse to quicken, and they come past the halfway stage, and it's Twist and Turn the leader, Twist and Turn from Pollencant on the outside, and then Great Palm is 3rd with St. Jovite 4 and Dr. Devious racing 5, and Leicester starting his move on Rodrigo de Triano. Al Nasser Al Washik is making ground too as they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner, and it's Twist and Turn leading from Great Palm on the outside, and Leicester and Rodrigo de Triano. There's a big gap behind the main bunch. He's heading those trailers as they turn for home, not going to win. It's Twist and Turn, Great Palm, Dr. Devious, and then behind these St. Jovite, followed by Al Flora. Mutaram is making ground. Here comes Silver Wisp, the horse with a big white face. Al Nasser Al Washik with a big run too, with just over 2 furlongs to go, and it's Twist and Turn pressed by Dr. Devious in the pale colours on the outside. Then St. Jovite and Mutaram, and Al Nasser Al Washik and Silver Wisp is continuing to eat up ground as Dr. Devious goes for home. Just over a furlong to go. It's Dr. Devious in the lead. St. Jovite, Silver Wisp pressing 2nd and 3rd, but it's Dr. Devious in the lead as they race up towards the line. Mutaram 4, and then Twist and Turn, allow Flora, Nasara Washik, and then Great Palm, and then Rodrigo de Triano, and Rainbow Corner, and Thorios, and behind these well saddled, and Assessor and Paradise Navy, and Pollencat and Labilio, and Ninja Dancer, and last to finish was Young Freeman. And so victory in this, the Ever Ready Derby, goes to horse number 4, Dr. Devious, this birthday present running in the colours of Mr. Sidney Craig, trained by Peter Chapel-Hyam, so he had the first and second in the betting, and he's had the winner home here in number 4, Dr. Devious. The second horse home is number 14, St. Jovite. Third horse home is Silver Wisp. Fourth horse home is Mutaram. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 1992 running of the Ever Ready Derby. Victory for Dr. Devious and John Reed and Peter Chapel-Hyam. On this horse that went over to America, Peter Chapel-Hyam was so disappointed with the performance of the horse in the race, but there's the photo for second place, with on the far side St. Jovite or Saint Jovite, and sharing that photo for second and third is number 13, Silver Wisp. He's clear of Mutaram.
Bit on the inside. Ormsby starts a little bit slowly, and Mining Tycoon has gone on, and it's Mining Tycoon going on with Saint-Gervais quite well up there in the early stages. Contested bit on the inside, Boloado towards the outer, and the back marker is Ormsby, and Mining Tycoon taking him along. On the inside, Saint-Gervais right up there with the pace. Then on the inside comes Contested Bid. Ormsby is still the back marker, and they're going a real good gallop too, with in fact Appealing Bubbles taking him along. Appealing Bubbles from Saint-Gervais, with Mining Tycoon drop back into third, but it's the three stable companions taking the field along. Appealing Bubbles by about 5 from Saint-Gervais and Mining Tycoon, then Contested Bid. Then just in behind them, Dr. Devious making a little bit of ground now towards the outside, with Boloado just in behind him, and then Dive for Cover, and then Landowner. Marignon's one from last, and last is Ormsby, and still Appealing Bubbles making it from Saint-Gervais in second and Mining Tycoon third. They just past the halfway mark now. Appealing Bubbles from Saint-Gervais moving up very close to him now. Mining Tycoon comes next. Dr. Devious on the outside, and then Contested Bid and Boloado and Dive for Cover. Landowner being chased along there, but not making much progress. Marignon making a little ground from the rear. Ormsby still the back marker, and Saint-Gervais has taken it up with 5 to run. Saint-Gervais the leader in the Irish Derby from Dr. Devious, who's moved into second. Contested Bid is third, so it's the big two as they swing into the straight. Saint-Gervais goes very wide there. Saint-Gervais the leader from Dr. Devious. Then comes Contested Bid. Saint-Gervais it is from Dr. Devious. Saint-Gervais trying to reverse those placings, and it looks at the moment as though he's going to do it. Saint-Gervais is increasing the margin. Dr. Devious is in trouble. Contested Bid's making a little ground, but Saint-Gervais is going to storm away with the Irish Derby. Saint-Gervais, who was second at epsom, is putting 6, 7, 8, 10 lengths between him and Dr. Devious and Contested Bid, and at the line, Saint-Gervais has won it. Dr. Devious is second. Third is Contested Bid, and 4 Dive for Cover. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 incidentally were Marignon and Izoud. And then came Ormsby, and behind Ormsby was Boloado and Landowner.
All in. Magic Car, the pacemaker for the favourite nearest to us, and they're off. Off and running, and Saint-Gervais broke smartly, so too Great Palm. Magic Car being driven on the inside, trying to get up there into the lead on the inside, and as they race through the first furlong, Magic Car arrives on the inside of Saint-Gervais and takes it up. Malvernico out wide, Great Palm close up, and then Dowland with Kuyonga on the inside. Dr. Devious last but one on the back marker is Al Flora as they complete the first quarter mile, and Magic Car in the lead by 3/4 of a length from Saint-Gervais. The same margin to Great Palm in the green colours in third. Kuyonga racing up towards the rail on 4 ahead of Malvernico. Then comes Dowland, and on the outside Al Flora. Dr. Devious the back marker, and they're tightly packed. Dr. Devious look to be slightly squeezed for room there as they come down past the 7 marker, and Magic Car leads Saint-Gervais, and on the inside of Saint-Gervais Great Palm going up to make it 3 in a line. Al Flora has moved 4th. They're followed by Kuyunga and Dowland, Malvernico, and Dr. Devious brings up the rear. Racing now towards the 5 furlong marker, we've a new leader, Great Palm, by a neck from Sangiovite, followed in third by Alflora. Behind Alflora is Kuyunga. Dowland is next, then Malvernico. Dr. Davies in Magic Car, unable to do the job any longer, drops right away to the tail of the field at the half-mile pole. Great Palm has the lead. Sangiovite is second. Alflora is going well in third. Kuyunga is 4. 2 lengths to Dr. Davies, getting a run on the inside of Malvernico. They're running towards the 3 pole now, and Great Palm and Sangiovite with Alflora out wide. Kuyunga is 4. Dr. Davies trying to get into it 5th, and Sangiovite hits the front now as they race towards the home turn. It's Sangiovite, Great Palm on the rails, Alflora the outside, the red and yellow, and then comes Kuyunga, straightening up with 2 furlongs to race. Sangiovite coming wide for the better ground, chased by Alflora. Then comes Dr. Devious throwing down a challenge, and they're followed by Kuyunga on the far side, and Sangiovite being tackled now by Dr. Devious, and Dr. Devious coming there is a big danger to Sangiovite. Sangiovite on the near side, Dr. Devious on the far side. The Derby winners locked together. Sangiovite on the stand side, Dr. Devious the far side is going to be close. Sangiovite by a neck from Dr. Devious, flat out there, clear. Alflora in third, it's going to be close. Sangiovite, Dr. Devious the inside as they race up towards the line. Sangiovite and Dr. Devious, it's desperately close between them, and they're 8 to 10 lengths clear of Alflora in third. Kuyunga
the Arc de Triomphe, and they break away. Subotica a little bit slow to go, and as they sort themselves out going for the first 100 metres, which they all run straight, and User Friendly's up with a pace, Sadler's Hall and Marshala. The staying horses are up front. Petit Lou is bang there, Market Booster, Sapiens and Dr. Devious, followed by Magic Knight and Jolifa and Arcanga, and out wide pacing well is Sangiovite. And Sangiovite has raced through on the outside nearest to us, but Sadler's Hall the rail. Between the two is Petit Lou and Sapiens in yellow. Yellow colours the rail, Marshala. User Friendly taken back by George Duffield, and then behind these Dr. Devious mid-division. On the extreme right of the picture off the pace are both Seattle Rhyme and Vervain, and the back marker is Dear Doctor. User Friendly taking quite a keen hold, but look at this, an attacking ride by Christy Roche on Sangiovite. He leads by about a half to Sapiens the rails, and User Friendly wide of the placed horses Sadler's Hall and Petit Lou, following through Seattle Rhyme, and then behind that one is Subotica taking slightly closer order now. Jolifa is out the back, Dr. Devious is mid-division, and they're going a good gallop as they begin their first turn and head down towards the halfway stage, and it's Sapiens leading. Sapiens sharing it with Sangiovite, a length back to User Friendly in the yellow colour. Seattle Rhyme out wide, Petit Lou is running the rail, Marshala is tucked in behind these, and they begin the turn at the far end of the track, and as they do so, it's Sapiens the rail, with on the outside Sangiovite, User Friendly and Petit Lou close up, Sadler's Hall the rail, and then behind these comes Seattle Rhyme, nobody yet to commit. Vervain, Market Booster is off the pace, on Kong will be looking for room. Marshala hemmed in on the rail as they pass the halfway stage, and they've just got one more significant bend to make, and it's Sangiovite 3 wide of the rail, Sapiens the rail, User Friendly is there with a chance, Petit Lou, Sadler's Hall and Willie Carson, the pale blue colours the rail, and then Seattle Rhyme, Subotica's getting closer, and Dr. Devious isn't out of it. This is the final bend, and now it's a rush to the line, and it's Sangiovite, the blue cap, Sapiens the rail, User Friendly, the white cap down the centre of the track. Here with a run comes Subotica. They're inside the final quarter mile, and it's User Friendly sticking her pretty head out. She's taken a length out of the field. Subotica's the main challenger, the blue cap on the outside. They're inside the final furlong now, and it's Subotica and User Friendly off the pace. Vervain and behind these, Sakanika finishing well, but it's a tough duel to the line, and it's Subotica, the black cap under the black jacket, and it's Subotica who's going to get there. Subotica beats User Friendly with Vertamon through into third. Then came Sangiovite and Sakanika, and behind these Dr. Devious, a gap to Jolifa who never got into it, neither Dear Doctor, and Marshala. Magic Knight never threatened at all, and behind these came Arcong. The Sadler's Hall dropped out to beat Seattle Rhyme. Last of all was the French Derby winner, Polite.
Yes, of course, Guineas weekend is always a big weekend, you know, first classics of the year. We were lucky enough 1995 to have a great filly, Ridgewood Pearl. She won easily. She was favourite on the day and won by 4 lengths or so. And it was a great local win because the owners, Anne Coughlin and her husband Sean, Sean was from Kildare originally, used to come to the races here, and as a kid used to be out on the far side of the track where you got in for free. and he always said, God, he used to look across the track at the big shots with their horses and say to himself, my goodness, must be great to be able to have a horse that win a classic. So eventually he got to the stage in life where he could afford to have a couple of horses, and he eventually had this great filly, and it was a terrific day. It was a wet day. We all got wet. Everybody looks wet in the photographs, but by golly, they were pleased. It was a great occasion, I must say, and she was a wonderful.
Early Coolmore Irish 1,000 guineas, and they're away in this driving rain here at the Curragh. Well away in the early stages towards the inside. Park Charger, Keitada up there on the outside, and as they race through the first furlong or so, Keitada is the leader, tracked by Ridgewood Pearl. Harrier is in touch, running about fourth on the inside of Warning Shadows. Park Charger is on the inside rail as they race towards the elbow. They've covered almost 2 furlongs, and Keitada and Johnny Murta in the lead as they make the turn, being followed by Type Shock, and just in behind these we've got Ridgewood Pearl on the outside, Fleet Hill. They're running around now towards the 5 furlong point, and Keitada is in the lead, being followed by Type Shock in second, Park Charger on the inside, then Ridgewood Pearl. Behind Ridgewood Pearl, Harrier in the blue colours on the outside of the stripes. That's Fleet Hill. They're being followed by Warning Shadows and Aliot as they come down now past the halfway stage. Keitada the leader from Type Shock, and then on Ridgewood Pearl, Park Charger, Fleet Hill. Harrier is next in 6th. They're followed by Warning Shadows as they come down now past the 3 furlong marker, and it's Keitada the leader from Type Shock, and then Ridgewood Pearl on the outside. Harrier moving towards the outside, coming for a gap just inside Fleet Hill. They pass the 2 furlong marker, and Ridgewood Pearl takes it up, being attacked now by Harrier on the outside. Keitada in 3. They're racing towards the final furlong, and Ridgewood Pearl's out in front from Harrier. Ridgewood Pearl and Christy Roach, they've gone clear from Harrier. Then comes Keitada. Warning Shadows putting in a run on the outside, but Ridgewood Pearl running away with it as they race up to the line. Ridgewood Pearl driven out by Christy Roach is going to give John Ox his first 1,000 guineas win. She wins it easily, 4 to 5 lengths. Warning Shadows is second, and third place is Keitada. 4 goes the Harrier was well beaten in 5th, and then Fleet Hill in mediation, close between Park Charger and alongside Park Charger was Type Shock, and Aliot has lasted all. So the favourite has been overturned. Ridgewood Pearl, the impressive winner of the early Coolmore Irish 1,000 guineas, a second success in the race for Christy Roach, who won it back in 1976 on Sarah Sidney's.
Well, Christy has gone for home here, entering the last furlong, and gone away in impressive fashion. Harrier, the favourite, could find no more on this rain softened ground, and away goes Ridgewood Pearl, loving the conditions, just gets pushed out from Christy, a little tap there behind the saddle, and wins this in impressive fashion. This is a high-class filly, a high-class performance by a top-class filly. Lovely one for John Ox, his first 1,000 guineas success. Christy's third, and the Coughlins, who had Indian Ridge and Ben's Pearl, sire and dam of the winner as well. Great for them. Running on in second place is Clive Britton's runner there, Warning Shadows, the mount of Mick Canaan, and John Ox third again with the Aga Khan owned Keitada in third place.
Broker comes out a little bit slower than the others. Yaliatani, one of the early leaders, with Sharamono being bustled up there on the inside. Desert King is over on the right with up there 2 fantastic fellow, but it's Sharamono who's making the running as they head towards the end of the first furlong. From Musical Pursuit in second, and just behind these we've got Revoke with Romanoff next on the inside. Fantastic Fellow and Pear Tree House. Desert King behind them towards the outside, and then Verglass. Yaliatani is further back in the field as they run the elbow, and Sharamono is clear, and 6 to 8 lengths clear from Musical Pursuit. Then Royal Amaretto on the outside. Romanoff is next. Then comes Pear Tree House. Revoke, the favourite, on the outer, ahead of Desert King, with Fantastic Fellow, Yaliatani and Mosconi and Bob the Broker and Verglass towards the back. But it's Sharamono the leader as they run past the 4 furlong marker. But they're beginning to close now. Musical Pursuit leading the chase. Royal Amaretto, the white face. On the right of the picture is Revoke. Then towards the inside we've got Romanoff as they cross the junction with the round course, and Sharamono comes under pressure and drops away. Romanoff goes through on the inside. Musical Pursuit, Revoke towards the centre. Desert King on his outside, and then Verglass. They're past the 2, and it's Revoke now coming there in the centre with Desert King on the near side. Desert King goes into the lead and takes it up now with a furlong and a half to race. A big cheer from the crowd. Desert King out in front. Christy Roche. Verglas putting it a bit in second. Romanov 3, Yaliatani 4, Revoke well beaten, but it's Desert King out in front as they race inside the last 100 yards. Desert King storming to victory in the Lexus Irish 2000 Guineas. A classic double for Aidan O'Brien. Christy Roche wins it. Desert King from Verglas. Romanov 3, 4, Yaliatani 5, Fantastic Fellow 6, Revoke 7, Mosconi 8, Bob the Broker 9, Pertry House 10, Musical Pursuit, and 11 was Royal Amarato, and a long way last Sharamono, who did the business making the running. Desert King wins the Irish 2000 Guineas at 3-1, well supported from fours, and wins it convincingly. Using the ring as they get close to the off. 11-2 now. Desert King ready to go for the 1997 Budweiser Irish Derby. A big cheer goes up from the crowd, and they're on the way in token gesture. And Mick Canaan up there in the early stages, also prominent on the outside. Johan Cruyff and the Fly moving through along the inside, and it's the Fly who goes on now with Silver Patriarch on with him. The two English challengers, 1-2 at this stage from Johan Cruyff. Token gesture on the inside. Dr. Johnson is next, and then Strawberry Roan, and they're followed by Desert King. Loup Sauvage, who was last out of the stalls, is 3 from the back, with Casey Tibbs last but 1 and Verglas the back marker. They've covered 2.5 furlongs, and the Fly on the inside of the favourite Silver Patriarch. A gap then of 2.5 lengths to Token Gesture in third, half a length away the outside Johan Cruyff, then Strawberry Roan. Dr. Johnson is next. Loup Sauvage comes behind these with Desert King and Casey Tibbs and Verglas together at the back. Running on now past the mile pole, and the Fly on the inside narrowly from Silver Patriarch, going a good pace, and they're over 3 lengths clear of Token Gesture in third. Johan Cruyff half a length back in fourth. A 2-length break to Dr. Johnson. Strawberry Roan on his inner. Then comes Desert King, and behind Desert King is Loup Sauvage, and then Casey Tibbs and Verglas as they race up the hill. The Fly on the inside of Silver Patriarch in second. 2.5 length break to Token Gesture, travelling on the inside of Johan Cruyff, and then Dr. Johnson. Behind Dr. Johnson comes Strawberry Roan. Desert King next, then Loup Sauvage, the French challenger. Verglas at the back alongside Casey Tibbs as they run towards the 5 furlong marker at the top of the hill, and the Fly on the inside of Silver Patriarch. A gap of over 2 lengths to Token Gesture and Johan Cruyff. Dr. Johnson has moved into 5th. Strawberry Roan is 6th. Desert King is 7. They're followed by Loup Sauvage, Verglas, and finally Casey Tibbs as they run down towards the straight. Silver Patriarch just on the outside now, narrowly from the Fly. Johan Cruyff just behind them with Token Gesture as they swing into the straight. Then comes Dr. Johnson. Silver Patriarch takes it up on the bend. They've 2.5 furlongs to race. Silver Patriarch, the Fly, Johan Cruyff, Dr. Johnson on the outside. Loup Sauvage creeping into it. Desert King beginning a run on the outside as they run down now inside the final 2 furlongs, and coming there in the centre, Dr. Johnson. Dr. Johnson, Desert King launched on the outer, then Johan Cruyff, the favourites beaten, then Loup Sauvage. Dr. Johnson, Desert King the near side, and it's Desert King on the near side of Dr. Johnson. Loup Sauvage in 3, a break to Johan Cruyff. Desert King the leader as they race inside the last half furlong. Desert King, the Irish 2000 Guineas winner, is going to win it under Christy Roche as they race up the line. Desert King wins the Irish Derby. Dr. Johnson just second from Loup Sauvage, clear of Johan Cruyff. Silver Patriarch well beaten in 5th, then Verglas and Casey Tibbs, and they're clear of Strawberry Roan, the Fly, and Token Gesture is last of the 10 runners. So Aidan O'Brien completes an amazing hat-trick of Irish Classic victories this year. The 1,000 Guineas with Classic Park, the 2,000 Guineas with Desert King, and Desert King again the hero today, the winner of the Budweiser Irish Derby, allaying any doubts about his stamina for the trip.
It's Dixie Dynamo from Danny Ross with this King of Kings motoring along in third. Just behind them come Festival Song and Bismarck as Danny Ross makes it. Danny Ross, just the leader from Dixie Dynamo. Then this horse, King of Kings, that has a really hushed audience this afternoon, waiting to see whether he can replicate that amazing first appearance of his here at the Curragh when he won by 8 lengths. Dixie Dynamo coming down to the 3 furlong pole in this 6 furlong Arthur Guinness Railway Stakes. Towards the right, towards the left is Danny Ross. And then is he going to come between horses or attempt to? No, he pulls to the outside. Christy Roche is coming down towards the furlong pole now, and it's King of Kings towards the left. The others flat to the boards. He's coming to challenge his stable companion Danny Ross. He's quickening well. But as they come up towards the line, he's hard-held, King of Kings. He's desperately impressive. King of Kings wins it from Danny Ross with third Dixie Dynamo.